Hi, it's me. I got real. I am. So I made myself eat a banana and some almonds that I had there. Excuse me. And lemonade. I haven't drank much water, like plain water. Oh shoot, my water's way over there. I have another one here. I don't even know if this is open. I don't want to open it. I have one in my backpack. I gotta drink some water. I I have an issue. Okay, so this is like a love triangle, and I'm really like lonely because I I don't want to look at the fact that what this guy is telling me to my face, and I really like him, and I am going away. I tried going away, but I like him so much that I'm having a hard time letting go. Um, I feel like it sucks. Like if you had a, a few weeks, like only like a few times you went out, like I feel like I mean technically everybody in the involved could go and date other people, and I just didn't want to date. I didn't want to be like I'm going out with this guy on Friday and this guy on Sunday and this guy on Tuesday. Like I know women who do that, like especially early on until they find someone that they match up with. But I was hoping to match up with this guy, and I'm really overwhelmed. I had this guy from the east side, and I didn't check the messages until just now, and there's a 4 hearts in a row, and I was like, oh crap. Um, it's like I'm writing a message to some complete stranger that only has a picture of their eyes and a sunset. Things like reading, listening to, playing music, which I spelled wrong. I just, I'm, I don't think I'm getting mixed messages. I think I'm getting a clear message, and I'm trying to, shoot, you gotta be careful, like, pushing buttons on your phone when you're in the middle of a message. This person lives, like, hundreds of miles away. I don't even know. Like, I was recording earlier, and I got this whole, like, pushing the wrong button, swiping the wrong way. I don't know what I was doing. I didn't really like, I was considering meeting up with this guy on the east side, and he was really happy that I'm short. And most guys over 6 foot were like, dude, like, how tall are you? And they're just like, disappear. So the dating experiment is, when I first started, I talked about the first meetings and the crazy people and being like, feeling like meat with rotting meat with flies. Something freaking bit me. I got bit by something while I was at a meeting. Um, I forget. I read it many, many times. I had in my old journal because I filled that one out finally. The different weeks. I have it in my planner, but I've been keeping that in the car instead of in my backpack. The different weeks I was going through these things, and I had talked about what people were talking about sex, and because I hadn't really, oh my god, what the heck bit me? I hadn't really dealt with sex since I was married. Obviously, like, the children had to get here somehow, right? And I talked about sex, I talked about unconditional love, and I talked about romantic, intimate love. And that's where I got really confused. That's where I got really, like, oh my God, I wasn't gonna cry. Like, I realized again and again that I didn't feel like I'd been loved as a child. And I had like a photo album, and I looked at some like people's pictures, and they're being held by people, and they look happy. And it's like I don't know why my family didn't look at all the pictures. We had whole furniture pieces full of pictures. We never ever looked at it. We had pictures and films and all this stuff. We didn't have albums. We didn't have photo albums. So there was a picture of me and a picture of my brother in the living room with the bronze. This is really bad. Whatever bit me. And the family room, or the living room of our house. We had the bronze shoes and the little bronze thing with the picture frame. I don't even remember any other pictures on the walls or anything. And we didn't have photo albums. We didn't look at the pictures. Unless, like, my mom took pictures with her Polaroid, or I took pictures with my 110 camera, which my relative, my parent, was a photographer, 35 millimeter, and was super impressed with how well my 110s turned out with just point and shoot. I don't think those exist anymore, but that was what I had as a kid. Very simple, just stick it in there and go get them developed at the drugstore. So this is what happened. I don't know if my iPad is charged. Why is there's like these random chords that I just keep seeing pop up. And like missing chords, and I have extra chords. I don't know what the heck. I don't think it was a flea bite or a mosquito. Something freaking bit me, dude. It only looks like one puncture. I don't think it was a spider. I didn't see those hearts until just now. And I'm like, love triangle. I'm like, I want to send hearts to somebody, and someone else wants to send hearts to me, and this other person's ignoring me, and I'm ignoring this other person, and it's like, yeah, karma, you know how it feels like, but it's like, I wanted to be with this one guy, so I went to Al-Anon. So when I went no contact with my family, I used to go to Al-Anon after I got divorced, or after I got physically separated from my ex-husband. I believe it was 2004. I was going to Al-Anon, and charge this. I pretty much went once a week to the same meeting. I don't even barely like remember going to any other meetings. I feel like all the more chords, more stuff. I don't know what that was. That was a chord that I need to take with me tomorrow. My bag is not in the chair. I don't know what's going on with my room. I went to Al-Anon. I was going to go to a meeting tonight, actually, and I decided to go in the morning now, and I didn't get gas. I was going to go get my kid from work, and I ended up getting a new sponsor today. I ended up, it's the same meeting over at St. Barnabas, at the Barnabas house, and it was like, was there men and women there? I feel like there might have been men and women there. Because a lot of times the Al-Anon has got a lot of women. I gotta get my clothes. I took a shower, threw some food in the dehydrator. I ate mostly kale. It wasn't even crispy. And then I need to throw on some clothes. My dirty clothes are all downstairs. Anyways, I don't remember what I learned in Al-Anon. So what I was trying to tell you, like, that I went before, because I was like, oh, in 2016 I went, but I also went because me and my ex were alcoholics, and then just hearing about Al-Anon being, like, how to deal with, I was already going to 12-step meetings for my own recovery, how to deal with loved ones, and feeling like my other relatives back that I grew up with, and their parents and stuff were alcoholics. I asked someone to be my sponsor through Al-Anon. She said she didn't work the steps. Or I don't know if I asked her to be my sponsor or if I asked her what her problem. Sorry, I had like eating cow and I can't see anything. My teeth, sorry. She goes, oh, I work all these other programs. I do the steps through this program. Because it just gets to be too much stress. So it's bad. I shared this before that I listened to this lady and I never went to the steps in Al-Anon. I'm considering doing the steps through Al-Anon. I don't even think I finished the steps through NA. I feel like I didn't get through all 12 steps. I felt like I might not have, actually. So, 2016, after being sober for over 12 years, I probably did the steps for the first time. I was in treatment the first few weeks. They went to the steps and went around a big circle in the room, and it was kind of like, oh, like, you've already gone through the 12 steps. Like, you're spiritual, you're Christian, you're this, you're that. And I was like, what? They can't just, because they were like trying to tell people to go out and work the 12 steps. And they're like, you pretty much have gone through the 12 steps. Not formally through the program, but as part of my life. So that's the first time, like, they heard all my stories, because we had all-day group counseling sessions for recovery and outpatient treatment. And so they pretty much were like, you've already done them. That was the counselor's opinion, not somebody from the program. And so I'm experimenting right now. I'm not great at piano, and I have not played guitar like I used to. I don't know who this guy is. I don't even know. He doesn't even have a name. I hate this. I asked for too much advice instead of just, like, I felt like I could try this for the rest of the week. Because that I like this guy in a way that he doesn't like me, I want to, like, not bother people. It's like I want to lay down and just, like, take a nap, like, sleep and wake up and be productive and just, like, crumple it up like yesterday's newspaper and just take it out to the recycling bin. Like, I'm not a disposable type of person like that. But it's like, I know how I feel, and so I was telling you, like, things are out on the table, and you have to play with the cards that you have, and I've been playing Hearthstone. It's like poker. At the beginning, you get to choose which cards you want to replace. You're, like, blindly choosing. And for Hearthstone, I almost call him my brother, my son, like, you get one little crystal at the beginning, the first turn, and 2, then 3, then 4. So having a bunch of 5s and 6, and 3s and 4s, you're not going to be able to play any moves. So you got, like, I love the taunt card. So you have these cards, and I don't know if they're minions or what. You have your little troops. You have your character who has 30 points, and then whatever hit points they get is like that determines who wins. The taunt is basically that's the only one that the enemies can't get to your bad guy until they go through taunt or destroy taunt, or you destroy your own taunt when you use it to fight. Anyways, if you have a bunch of 3, 4, 5 cards and you only get, is it 4 in the beginning or is it 3? 3 or 4 cards in the beginning. You kind of had to trade some of the better cards and the more powerful cards. Like, I had to trade a 6-point damage. I kept it taunt, but you want to hope that you get a 1 or 2 card. At least 1/1. And I had a fireball for Jaina's weapon, so that you can play on that first turn. So it's like the cards are laid out before you, and it's like if I don't like what I want, I have to take a chance. I can stay with what so it's less risk to stay with, what you have, because you're unknown. You've already been given a random hand, and you have a power to change it. Sight unseen, you don't know. You're taking a risk that you might end up with worse cards. It's hard. All cards are valuable, that's the thing, but you want to get your stuff set up early on, so you don't have to keep, you don't have the low cards in the beginning, you have to keep ending the turn, right? Until you get up. If you're at all 5, you have to wait to, like, let the guy beat up your character for several turns. So it's like, with this dating thing, it's like my cards have been randomly distributed, and I'm like, okay, let's give back this one, let's give back that one, let's give back that one. And I believe with this game, it's your own deck you're playing with. You can unlock cards, which I didn't unlock cards this morning. And you'll get the cards again. If you lose, you'll get the cards again. It's like, you have a second chance. So, with God, I keep talking about God's spirituality in my program, and I feel like I'm not even listening to my own advice. Because it's like, if God wants you, like fate, having fate is not necessary that you're just playing Russian roulette with your life, but it's like you have faith and hope that things go well. People get sick and miracles come out of, actually made it, I don't know if it bounced out, there's a freaking thing, it's completely full of toilet paper rolls, rolled up toilet paper wads, and my nose is like burning me again. It's like, you have fate when you go through life, and you take risk, and risky behavior is, like, I participate in risky behavior, and I don't like that about myself, and, I just drip somewhere, oh shoot, I just like drip somewhere, so it's like the cards are on the table, and you hope that God guides the correct cards to come into your hand, but it's like praying to go to medical school and getting accepted to medical school, and then having where you're like, all right, now God got me here, and now it's the teachers who are presenting the material. It's the teachers that are doing all of the testing, and even the practical testing, where they're testing your skills, your hands-on skills. God has a hand in that, but it's still like, this really hurts. It's like, I haven't gotten bit by something in a really long time. So I'm sitting here playing these cards in the game, and I'm sitting here playing the cards of life, and I feel like I just can't, I can't, like, it's like I want to just, like, I feel like this is what I didn't want to do, and today's Sunday. I feel like this is what I did not want to do in my life, is talk to other guys and answer messages. It's making me mad. We've all parties involved in this dating. One dating partner, that's me, and the other guy, we both have had days, hours, weeks to discuss how we feel about stuff, and I expressed how I felt, this person expressed how they felt, and now it's like nothing has changed. So I'm like, nothing has changed in my favor. So it's like I traded my cards, like, oh crap, now I got all fours and I can't play the first 3 rounds. And what do you do though? You keep having faith, you keep having hope, and you never give up. You never give up. And you strategize. Like the tortoise and the hare, you strategize. The tortoise is going slow. If the tortoise knows the goal is there, when that hare falls asleep or slacks off, the tortoise is going to still go slowly towards the goal. If the tortoise is careless and doesn't know where the goal is, then the rabbit's still going to beat him because he's going to be going in the opposite direction. So, if there's some statements about feelings and about time and about wanting, if this guy is wanting to date other people, those cards are played on the table. And my friend is like, this person uses these words to see how you're going to react. But I used the opposite words. I was like, well, I'm not going to respond to these dudes. I'm not the type of person that's going to try to go out with a bunch of men, or 2 men even. And if I feel like this other party is not interested in me, then I need to stop lingering and move on. And that's Sunday night here, Super Bowl Sunday, February 3rd, 2019. I'm having a discussion with myself while I'm talking to you, basically, that I need to move forward, whatever that means. Oh, I forgot to give my daughter that flashlight. Animal fluff, lead acid battery. I need to move forward in my life, and let's get a survey on it. I need to move forward in my life. God, I would have to pick up everything because, you know what's sad? I got food and I didn't make anything. I gotta move forward in my life, one way or another. I'm not gonna just say that I'm going to just, like, I already wanted to abandon everything because I felt that I was gonna get hurt. And I did not want to get hurt by this guy because of what was stated. I already said that what you said is going to make me cry. So this weekend I was crying when I got home Friday. I made a video till past midnight, and then Saturday I woke up crying, and then I went to work early, and I cried the whole time I was at work. I had a baseball cap for my work. I was setting up and I had tears running down my face and people were talking to me. I was like, I'll set up, I have to be here, I'm scheduled to work. And when I hope I did my work thing right. When I get, this guy's super flirty, I don't like it. I gotta find I don't even want to deal with it. It's like I want somebody. Okay, so going back to Al-Anon. I cried. I hate to use that word blubbering fool, but I was crying. And I had several people I hadn't seen for a long time. I gotta check to make sure I did my timesheet right, because it's due tomorrow. Or it's processed tomorrow. I don't even know my freaking password. That's not it. Sometimes I hate when I change the password and then it's like not letting me in. I changed the password and then oh shoot. It's like, I'm trying to go back and it keeps on trying to log me in. You have to be careful because if you keep doing that, it's going to block you out. This one only lets you change your password once every 24 hours. And this company is remote. It's like really difficult to get a hold of people. So Saturday, let me make sure it says 5.3 or 5 and 30 minutes. Oh my god. They scheduled me for Thursday. What the hey? Friday, Saturday, and Sunday? Oh heck no. Oh heck no. Okay, last time I checked it was Friday, Saturday. I work a different job on Thursday. I cannot do that. Oh my god. Seriously? I saw that demo in the store this weekend. I'm so glad that I didn't do it this weekend. I can't do that on Saturday. Which I probably could. Oh, Saturday next week is a 2-hour. I was sitting here like, there's another box. Oh, God. That stresses me out because I don't even want to work. I'm going to be working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And I still got to work my clinic. And I got my patient's medicine. I ordered their medicine. I didn't even freaking listen to my messages to see if, check my fax to make sure that pharmacy doesn't call my home. It calls my office. I didn't even listen. It's too late now, right? Sunday at 10. My thing would be like, you put like one container of pills. Like, I don't know how many in a container of like Tylenol is these 100s at 90. Like, I guess you could tell them I want one. If they use 3 a day, it would be 90 in a bottle. Like, I try to do that, and then it goes to the pharmacy through my electronic health records. It'll come up one capsule or something. They'll call and be like, you only want one. Which some drugs you really only want one because like prepping for something or like one pain reliever or something like that. It's not uncommon. I think a midwifery you only use like one user capsule or whatever. You don't use the whole bottle on people, which is really hard. Then you have to get your own prescription. Or I don't know. That's really hard. It's like because you're a doctor and you're doing births in a house, or a midwife doctor or a midwife, and you've got to give the pills. You have to have them on hand because someone's starting to bleed to death. You can't be like, oh, let me send someone to the pharmacy and pick this up. Like, you need it in the house, in the car, in your purse, whatever. I just realized some medicine I carry with me, I realized that there's not a syringe there's a syringe but not a needle, and I just realized that, and I was like, oh crap, and I would need a sharps container as well. I'll probably get an old pill container and put it in there, which is going to be weird. I'll get an old pill container and put it in there. That's what people used to do for acupuncture students. That's portable, and you don't want to be walking around like, where do I put you're not supposed to be walking around. You can put the plastic top on, that stuff. It can stay. So I went to Al-Anon a couple of years ago, and the room, okay, no, I was going somewhere and they said, you're a double winner, you should go to the double winners meeting. And that was, you're an alcoholic and you're an Al-Anon. The room was packed, I believe, with all women. I don't know if I think it's in the schedule. I threw away that schedule. I guess on Monday night or something. And working till 9 tomorrow sucks, by the way. 3 to 9, that's it's like right in the important part of the day. Anyways. say you want something like till 7. You think you still have a day, but I'm gonna take it. This week kind of like sucks, but it might be good for me. I could work Thursday all day. I could do a double shift. I really could, because I don't think I work until 7. Technically, I could go in at freaking 10:30. Technically, I could. Like, I don't want to technically go to work from 10:30 till 2 a.m. I'm kind of glad I checked that, because I was not expecting that to be added to my schedule. So they must have forgot to schedule someone. Usually they don't. So what I call it sick, they don't have a sub. Like, you see boxes that they don't schedule anyway. Like, there's a box, nobody. So there are kits that you get, and they're like, nobody came in. Like, sometimes you want to ask, can I do that one? Like, late. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. This lady said she was in a relationship, and she didn't go into detail, and she said she wanted to control the situation and think about how this person was going to act. And I think I had her phone number. I was like, I got a phone list. I was like, I gotta call this lady, and I didn't call, and I never went back to that meeting. And I might have gone back actually, but I don't know. I think if it was Monday, I often work on Mondays. I'm gonna look that up. I hate this. I really like this other guy, and I don't. It's like, I just don't even want to talk to anybody online right now. Anyone else? Everybody, like, two people that they're like, everyone else like dumped this person, but these two people that heard me, I'm just like, oh my god, I feel so connected. Two people told me, the two people that know me better, that have known me either for decades or for years, that heard more of the story. It's not their business to meddle in my business. It's like, I just want to lay here, get up, do my job, do my work, clean a tub, empty stuff out. I have this where I'm, they're like, maybe take a break, like, take a break. I was like, I keep taking a break from this guy. He's, like, kind of stretching things out, and that's another sign to me that he's not as interested, that he's going to be interested in other things that I would be stretching out are the time we meet. And I feel like I don't know why. I didn't ask why. I want to believe that it's like my schedule like doesn't match up, and that people don't have time in between the two work schedules. Like, this week I actually have a really weird work schedule. It just started stressing me out. I made a video earlier, and I ended up watching. I missed halftime show. I watched part of the Super Bowl, and I did the Good Witch season 4. Apparently, season 5 is probably going on right now. If it is a season 5, this is probably the last one I can get. I might go through it again from 1. I don't know. This is in Good Witch Spellbound. It almost looks like there's going to be a movie on the last one. I have an hour left, so whatever it is, when this is done. And Blade Runner's in. Shoot! I wish I had it. I thought I had another movie. Good Witch, Tale of Love and Darkness. I gotta finish that one. 3 Days to Kill. That one's done. I'm missing 2 TV sets downstairs. Somewhere, I have no idea. There's Party Girl. I'm gonna take that back. I said I was gonna write about what I was hoping for in life, or talk about it, and I feel like I did already. My friend's like, oh, you haven't been in a relationship. Maybe you shouldn't jump into anything. You haven't been in a relationship for a long time. Like, I'm not actually in a relationship right now. In a friendship. The thing is, between my heart and my higher power, I've gone like through a lot of healing from past relationships and a lot of work early on with domestic violence and about safety plans, and I really feel like when in 2015 when God's like, okay, go date, get online, and I waited till September 2018 to listen to God. Actually, that was 3 years. So it was October 2015 that my higher powers like it. I was on online dating for only a few days in the past, and then it jeopardized my school. So I went and took this test, and God's like, as soon as you take that test, go home and do it. And what happened? I didn't pass the test. I was rushing. I was sick. I had to meet patients afterwards, and then the doctor had set up patients all day into the night. So I think I was worried the day before, like, oh my God, I'm going to have to go to the test, and I had to rush over to the east side. And I had to pay for parking for the test. I was like, I'm going to have to find my car in the parking garage, and I'm going to have to rush over this appointment because they want me to go to so many appointments so I can be a midwife. And then I flunked the test by 2 points. And I had this stress, and I had been up all night puking. And what I should have done is, I'm taking a test. I'm going to take the test and go home. And so I was just so out of sorts. And even if I had to go to that home visit later on, just take the test, sit down, go somewhere and relax, and then come home. And I I don't want to respond to anybody. I'm sad right now. I'm like super sad. I don't want to respond. I It's like when that Tyler guy, when I deleted him and I liked him. I wondered if I was pushing somebody away that I loved, that I liked. But there was some weirdness that I can't prove since I didn't meet this person in person. So I was very, okay, I changed the subject, but I was being really cautious during this experiment. After that happened, I cried for 3 days also. I was like, did I push someone away because I was afraid? I wasn't afraid of a commitment or a relationship or meeting up with this guy as we really clicked online, this other guy. It was feeling like something good's about to happen, and that's not for Mia. You need to nip that in the bud and just end it and be miserable and lonely again. Like, I feel like people that talk about, I used the word self-sabotage in 2016. I felt like I was attracting stuff that wasn't good, and they're like, don't, like, stop saying that word. And the reason I said it is like admitting that I'm an alcoholic. I just missed again. Admitting that I'm an alcoholic. The reason I said it was because I had to change, and I have stopped saying that. But at the same time, knowing that there's stuff that I love, or jobs, or clothes. Some of this is material. I think the biggest thing is the relationships, and I just feel like I'm trying to look at just the regular news on Yahoo, the headlines. I feel like, I mean, okay, let's go back to what I was saying, and I'm gonna post this video. So don't look at the news if you need to watch the Super Bowl and reruns. it's like thinking that you could just lay down. Did I drink all that water? Oh my god, I was super thirsty. Thinking you could just lay down and rest and chill and be able, which reminds you, I was also listening to music, and be able to live like you're gonna sleep it off. You're gonna sleep off life on life's turns and all these emotions. And like actually I prayed and meditated and I fell asleep. Like I tried to just rest my head for a few minutes and that was it within a 15-minute period. I felt really good. Tried to call my sponsor, didn't work. Started a conversation with some of my friends. I don't want to go into detail of that because I feel embarrassed. And then went in the shower finally. And I talk about experience, strength, and hope. I hope that the strengths that I have, which are the tools I use in my toolbox, I hope that those strengths, based on my experience in the past, what strengths can I use to move forward and to be in the present? Like my friend, now sponsor is telling me, you are safe, you are in Portland. Where are you right now? Are you safe? Yes. You don't have to get loaded no matter what. And I had 2 people freaking tell me that this weekend. And I'm like, this is embarrassing. But it has to mantra in my head. You don't have to get loaded no matter what. And my experience, strength, and hope is that if I do what I learn, even if I don't want to do it, that I hope that when I go to work that I'll get a paycheck and all this stuff. Did I get paid last week? Oh my god. I kind of hope that this week is payday. I feel like it was last week. I kind of hope this week is payday. Shoot. Is it? Yeah, I think it is. Okay, because I got like this huge bill that's due a week from Wednesday. Oh shoot, and I gotta put another several $100s on my credit card for another bill. The toolbox was to pick up the phone, call somebody, text somebody. The toolbox was to get in the car and go to a meeting. Today I didn't brush my teeth. I didn't take a shower. I don't even know how I got dressed. And my daughter knocks on the door and says I'm getting in the car. And she was mad. I was talking to Uncle Ben. My kids get mad when I talk to my friends. And because they're Uncle Ben. And I pull over, start my recording, get the freaking, now I'm using my iPad to do directions, get the freaking directions out and find the next meeting and just drive straight there. Oh, I need to go to the library. Oh, I need to get gas. Nope. I don't have any food. I have some water. You're not going to die without food for the next hour. And I end up having the cinnamon toothpicks in the car. And I was like, that, you're going to have to brush your teeth. I used to chew xylitol gum, but I'm not able to do that anymore. I kind of actually miss that. Because of my diet, you know what happened? I used to chew that, and I really liked my dental hygiene with the xylitol gum. And especially when you work in medicine. And I got like the TMJ problem from the car accident, and I could not freaking chew that for the life of me. And then my diet all changed, and I was like, okay, forget it. Like, I don't know what happened, but it partly was mainly because of the car accident, but now it's like doing 100% raw. I'm not needing this. Like, I thought, oh, if you need to do something, like maybe I could take some beeswax with honey and maybe like drop some. I didn't think about that. Drop some edible mint on it. I used to chew beeswax like a fiend back in the day. I had inner ear problems. I heard it helped inner ear. I actually have not done that. I have some in the cupboard. It's been in there for years. I gotta get the crowbar freaking open. It's in a wooden case. I think I'm going to try to get that out. I probably threw some honeycombs away, which is really bad. The bees work hard. Sometimes this stuff is just like, it was in the back of the car, it's all melted and leaking out of the package, and you're like ants coming in, you're like, okay, this, I don't know, it's probably in the freezer or something. But the other one is downstairs. I'll probably go through it because it's supposedly not supposed to go bad, but it's looking kind of weird. And the tools were get in the car and go to me. You have your shoes on. I had no socks. I didn't brush my teeth. I wasn't eating. I ate like a half a jar of almonds. That's it. You know, all morning, all day. And talk to somebody. I didn't share, but talk to somebody and say I need help. And I had to do the same thing in 2016. It was based on fear that my relatives were going to come out here and shoot me because that's what certain people in my family do when they get mad. They bust out the guns and the fist, and when they don't get their way. So I was scared for my life, and I had somebody say, why you do this with your ex-husband, getting restraining orders, all this fear. They said, you know, you have a God who protects you. And this lady at church, I was like, what? Like, but this guy has guns and fists, and he's tried hurt me before. It's not that you don't believe in God. It's like it's hard when people say, or their kids say, I don't believe in God because my dad got in a car accident. It's like Lord Whitlock, my dad got in a car accident and died, and we are Christians. And what did that? Why did that happen? If there is a God, it's like, well, because the earth is run by the devil. That's why. And so I was like, use those tools and ask my higher power. I didn't ask my higher power to get me there safe. I was in the wrong lane. I was supposed to get on I-5, and I ended up just ending off on the end of 217. And I've gone that way before. I knew that I was going the same direction. I just was kind of whack on my GPS said stay in the right 2 lanes. I was in the right lane, and then another lane popped up, and I needed to be over, and there's all these cars passing me on the right. So I was like, whatever. I kept going. I was already going like back and forth. I was just, you already tried to park. You already went to the ATM the other day. And you pulled out the parking brake instead of pushing the brake with your foot. Like, you need to just stay in your lane and redirect. Redirect. So I went to the meeting. It was an hour and 15 minutes. I didn't know it was going to be an hour and 15 minutes. And someone afterwards, I was outside crying. And when someone I talked to said, I need help, I need a support network and a sponsor. And someone was outside. I was crying. And I was like, oh, it's been a rough week. Like, do you have a phone list? Is it your first time here? I was like, no, I've been here before. But it was probably like 2-3 years ago. And because I think I remember that meeting being super crowded. I came in dead up. I was late, and then I realized someone's like, "Oh, there's a chair over there. There's one chair left." And I felt like such an idiot, and so I ended up like going back inside to see if she had a phone list, and there was no phone list. And I said that in the announcement that there'll be some next week. So I was like, "Oh shoot, I gotta go back because my friend's chairing." Across the calendar, like, oh, I'm chairing next week. So I thought that was exciting because, oh shoot, they said I gotta work. I hate when they do that. I already planned on, crap. I have a dentist appointment? No way. No. I changed it to the 14th. Oh shoot, I changed it. I don't know when. I think it was 10. Put a question mark. I thought I changed it to the 14th. I'm not working that day, which is bad because this guy does not want to do anything with me. And I feel ignorant. I feel really bad that I took the day off, but I was hoping. I don't have a dentist appointment on Tuesday. What happened? Oh, because they scheduled me to work. Shoot. I'm so mad right now. I need to do, I'm supposed to go to, oh my god, this week is crazy. I don't know where this meeting is or what time it is. Is it 6:30? I think it's 6:30. I don't know if it's a good idea. I'm supposed to go meet somebody at this meeting on Tuesday, and I gotta let God, and I don't like when a sponsor support system sort person tells me to do something, and if I'm concerned about something, I'm gonna talk about the red flags. I know my friends said talk about the positives, and I kept like saying this thing really fast. So I shouldn't just talk about the red flags. You have 1% of red flag, or not red flags. You have 1% of cons and 99% of pros. It's like call your friends crying about the 1% of cons. So it's like there's something not working for me right now for myself. There's something not like. Am I in a fit spiritual condition right now? So this movie or this video shoot was supposed to be a lot shorter. Am I in a fit spiritual condition right now? I don't know. I I'm like okay, 2016. I think that was right when I finished doing births. So I had hardly gone to any meetings. I planned to go to meetings all the time, and we always ended up having births, or we'd be late at something, or they'd add an appointment. Instead of coming here at 4, can you come at 2, or something like that? I was hoping I was getting a text. So I ended up like. It says again, recommending the program, recommending God. Going to the meetings up here at Tiger at noon. They were Monday through Saturday. Going as often as I could. Telling them on Saturday, hey, I need help. I need a sponsor. I need a support network. So 2 women took me out to Starbucks. One said, I'll be your sponsor. The other one said, here's my number also. Someone else told me to go to the Thursday, and I got really connected in my programs. I went to a lot of meetings. I started getting invited to chair at meetings that I had never been to before, so I kind of had to play that. Where is it? Like, even it's in the same building, it's in a different room that I'd never been in, like the one in the basement. And make sure I get there on time. I like to be on time, not running in right at 1 minute after. And I had to change my work schedule. And I was seeing events. I didn't necessarily go to events. There was a couple events. And trying to keep in touch with people on the phone, which is really hard. There's a lot of people that were just flake out. Oh, look, let's go out to eat. Oh, let's do this. They would flake out. I don't feel like going. But sitting in that chair for an hour frequently, I didn't drink. I actually remember that I'm an alcoholic and an addict, and I didn't drink or use today, despite the fact I've been crying since Friday night, all day Saturday, and all day Sunday. And it's 10:30, almost 10:30 at night. And I've gone through, I thought I had 3 rolls of toilet paper. I had at least 2 rolls of toilet paper. One is completely gone. This one was, like, brand new, I think. And I had a pack of tissues. I've had paper towels. I've gone through it all in my pockets, in my backpack, in the car. I was reaching in the back, grabbing paper towels out of the back. Because I was just crying my eyes out. What my hope is, if I were to wave a wand, it would be like that I would get a text from this guy that's like, oh, I thought about it and I think I want to do what you want to do. And I haven't got that. But I also feel like crowding this person, or I mean, the one thing that it did do was pull out feelings. And if someone could have liked me more 2 weeks ago when I was still like sweating and nervous and excited and like, oh my god, what do I do? How do I talk to a person I've never been on a date? And I might have gotten like, okay, now this is my expectation, and gotten more like, I'm not getting my way. So then I am not a fun person to be around, and I like seriously like I just like I rather like I don't like this is just I guess it's mental like intelligence from being advised and I have to pray about it. I rather take a step back and look like take that space from the person I really like and allow things to like settle down instead of having drama. It's like too early to be like this drama queen. Like I'm already having drama, but I'd rather take a step back and see if it works itself out. It's like riding a crank 10 times and you say that bucket's gonna tip. But you can only if you wind it too much, it's not gonna work. If you wind it too little, it's not gonna work. You do 10 times and the bucket doesn't tilt. But there's some kind of force that you're patient, the bucket does exactly what it's supposed to do. The water's the tree or whatever you've trained it to do. And I feel like I need to like crank this thing, do my program, do my life, go to the bathroom, take a shower, put deodorant on, brush my teeth, floss my teeth, go to the dentist, go to a massage, and then turn the crank. That's turn the crank 10 times and take a step back and wait for the miracle to happen. And I'd rather do that than to break the machine and bust up the bucket and water the wrong plants and now they're all root rotted. So 2004, having got sober. I don't know if I started readings in 2003 or not. I can't remember. It might have been still 2004. Let's say 2004. Having 2004 happen, I had to learn. I just threw away the numbers of the women that helped me. The 2 women, my shelter case manager, and there was one more name. What was the name of my client? I had 4 names on the phone list, and I just put them in recycling. And I haven't called these people in years, and the case manager retired. You're not technically supposed to talk to them after you graduate from the program anyway. But she had signed me up for Christmas gifts. And she had called me when she retired. She was heavy set, and she had lost a whole bunch of weight. I don't know if it's because I might have seen her in the grocery store. I saw her after that. Maybe she stopped by. We were always in these housing programs. Always social workers coming in and out. With all of us were all us homeless, recovering mothers dealing with life and being alone. You know, not having anyone help you. So it's like one of those straps. I'm just like throwing stuff on to clean up tomorrow. I didn't even change my bed. Using those tools I learned, I'm like, God, this is elementary, this is kindergarten. I'm using these. Pick up the phone, call someone, text somebody, go to a meeting, journal, write about it. I had a safety plan 3 away. Go outside, get out of the 4 walls and go outside and look at the sky. And, you know, especially after smoking. You know, when you smoke, you got the best of both worlds. You're outside looking at the sky, getting some fresh air, walking, get the alpha in your butt and going out and walking around. And then you had that nicotine fix, and you had that, like, oral thing where it's fun blowing, you know, smoke rings. And just saying, this is my time. You take a pause when you smoke, and you get to see what's going on outside. So I had it write down, just like quit smoking, like just stuff outside. There's something more than just the nicotine and the smoke and the, like, movement. Like, that's why I treat those toothpicks. I have some in here. is also the movement of you're used to doing something with your hands and your mouth. And I had the chamomile tea. My friend, my neighbor, told me to drink a lot of chamomile tea and everything. And I just like, I mean, now I drink chamomile. I buy the Mexican brand. I don't know why. The El Guapo, is it El Guapo brand? And it's not, it's like it just comes in a little pack, and I'll use a little bit once in a while, and then I'll be like this right now, and I'll be like, just dump the freaking whole package into the tea thingy. But now it's like basically rooibos and the raspberry leaf, and I think we have some bulk. I don't think we have, I'm running out of tea bags. And I was supposed to do camel lavender, actually, or camel lavender. There's another flavor. Was it? We had vanilla rooibos. I gotta go do something else tomorrow too. So right now, I think I'm gonna turn the light off, listen to Von Stroke at the Boiler Room, and I think I'm just gonna cry until I pass out, because I just want to be held, and I don't have to physically always be held, but I want to be like in a relationship where I know somebody cares for me and respects me and wants to be with me, and I haven't ever had that in my life. And it's like, God, like, I told my friends, like, oh, maybe it's too early. And like, freaking early, it's been 15 years. And I'm like, I already had God work with me on being ready to be in a relationship. And though I look ready, I'm like freaking out. That's why people wonder if I'm ready. But it's because if someone tries to get in a fight with me, I start crying. This is my defense. When I'm mad, I start crying. Because if someone gets a fight with me, I want to punch them and kick them. And I was trained in martial arts, so if something threatening to my well-being, I'm trained to attack and block and use weapons, you know, wooden stakes, you know. That's what I trained for many years in martial arts, and we did boxing too. And I learned that when the lady was assaulting me at work, that I had to sit on my hands. My hands started shaking. This lady got in my face because I felt threatened. And then I will end up sitting on my hands like I did when I was first sober. And I would end up crying when people upset me. Do my hands want to be like, I hate fighting. I did martial arts, I did sparring, and then I'm just like, something's coming after you, you block. Something's falling out of the sky, you see it out of the corner of your eye, you don't ignore that. You sense something coming from your back, you use some evasive maneuvers to get away from it, and you protect yourself or your mother. Like me, you protect your kids, like stuff happens. So my hope, if I was thinking, like I said, with the magic wand, was that I would make things happen, and God had me watch this Glenn Close movie where she's the bunny boiler. My gosh, I bring this up like at least twice a week. Fatal Attraction, and it's like, that lady was really crazy. She was going after someone that they had a fling, and she got a connection, but he was married, and he was like, no strings attached, let's end this. And I had a crush on someone, and I was like, you don't know what love can do to a person. And since I hadn't gotten unconditional love as a child, God had me watch that movie in 2016 or 2017, and I was like, I don't think I ever saw it, and I was like, oh, you had the passion between the man and the woman, the man's wife was gone, and you had the woman literally psychotic. Not just like me, like crying, oh, I wish that I had what I can't force myself to have, or can't force the world to give me. But it's like, it reminds you, that movie, I felt like what God was trying to tell me, that love or wanting your way, wanting to control the situation is very powerful, and it's like, it's like overwhelming, and it can cause someone like a drunk to just need to get the next fix. It can cause someone like a drunk to try to figure out, like, or drugs, where it's very expensive. You gotta hustle and do stuff illegal to get your next fix, and then your tolerance keeps going up. Like, it reminds me of just like insanity, I guess. It's like insanity and all this stuff. And I think with me right now, I just need, it's like waiting for a payday. You're just like, like, it's not going to come yet. But other things that you're not used to, like, well, paydays every 2 weeks. Like, things that you're not used to, you're kind of like, okay, already, let's get this going. Like, and then intellect tells you, oh, we know if you're dating and it's not working for both parties, you need to cut it quick, snip it quick, so that it's like doing a vasectomy. You just snip it quick so that you don't waste each other's time, because each day, each 24 hours is a blessing. And at the same time, you go through your 24 hours and you live your life and you see what happens, and you learn from your experience, and you learn, like at the online dating, when I had done the I don't know what I call it, self-reflection, I can't remember what I called it, soul searching, you learn about yourself. And for me, I learned about character defects and insecurities and results, part of it resulting from abuse and oppression and racism. And that, for dating, that is one of my worst. It's not like my worst quality. I can be probably annoying. But for me, my insecurities with dating is how I've been treated because of oppression, racism, and abuse. And it's just being like, oh my God, society doesn't want me to be happy. They don't want me to be successful. They don't want me to be victorious. And so there's also other people, the people that still those, like, oppression on people, they're around everywhere. And then I self-do it. So it's 10:36. I gotta wake up super early. I'm gonna go to bed. Dear God, I'm grateful that I was able to talk to some friends this weekend. I don't really want to listen to everybody, because I need it, whatever is happening between me and you, God. And I feel like several times in my life I was fearful. I'm fearful I'm going to lose something. I'm fearful that someone's going to hurt me. I'm fearful that I'm going to not have enough money to pay rent. I find myself picking up the phone and not stopping, pausing with agitated and praying about it. And then I get all these different talk about, why don't you do this, why don't you do that, why don't you do this, and you feel in your heart, when you pray and meditate, that God is saying, usually the complete opposite as everybody else. And your heart and God is melding, and you're getting the complete opposite as everybody else, but it's creating this drama, because you're trying to listen to the people that don't know the situation, don't know me very well, and you're going opposite of what your heart and gut, the Holy Spirit, is doing. You listen to all these people, you're going the opposite of what your Holy Spirit is saying. And it's like, That's happened many, 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 many times in my life. So thinking of that toolbox, experience, strength, and hope. The hope is that I'm not insane and mess up because I listen to too many voices of people in the community. I didn't know what's going on. The experience is, look what happened when you listen to those people. Your life fell apart. Look what happened when you took a step back and listened to God. It's hard to take a step back because it's like, if you weren't nurtured as a baby, it's like you want still somebody to come and pick you up and take you to bed. Like you want somebody else to carry you through life. Like, oh, why can't someone come and take me to work? Why can't somebody put my shoes on? Why can't somebody zip up the back of my dress so I don't have to like do all these weird movements to get my dress zipped? It's like you want to be taken care of, and it's like I feel like I wasn't as a kid, so I seek that in society instead of just being an adult. I seek. I'm like a baby who wants to. It's like cry before tantrums. Like still at a infant level of wanting to be nourished and loved, and so that you can be trained that you're worthy and have self-value, self-esteem, self-confidence, love, non-narcissistic love for self that radiates out. And you could see people have loving families even if they're dysfunctional. You could see love coming out of their eyes, or joy, or I see a certain people, I don't see the oppression and racism that I see in my own eyes. And I see people that know that God is in charge and that they're going to ignore that. They're going to fight the racism and oppression. I have a lot of stories I could tell about that, but I see in different people's eyes. It's like their hands, my hands are all burnt from cooking and working in the kitchen and all messed up and all cut. And I have to work with my hands and be hurt to support a house and food. And other people don't. Other people have office jobs or this or that. And they have more money and they have nicer cars and nicer clothes and nicer haircuts. So you could see from poverty to wealth, you could see from dark skin to light skin. Here, so many factors over here, feminine, female, single parent, black, poor lady, burns all over her hands. And you're supposed to be using his hands to do surgery on people and to palpate, their organs, measure the liver size. Someone's coming up the stairs. I'm going to go. I'm going to post this video.